record and we'll record recording to the cloud, and we're gonna get started. Just coming into your space and making whatever movements feel good to you here. It's nice to just kind of bop around. And you can kind of soften and sink into the bottoms of your feet. uh, Sinking into the support beneath you. And taking a few nice deep breaths. Maybe sighing on an exhale. It's something that I love about Zoom classes. We can make all kinds of noises. Stuff can happen in your world and no one's gonna even know or worry about it. So you could take a few deep breaths, a few sighs, and be sure to smile into your body and into this time that you've put aside for your practice. Gonna come to stillness ish. And let your hands rest on your dantian. A grounding gesture, a gesture of coming into the present moment. Maybe taking another few nice, slow, deep breaths as you stand here with your hands resting on the center of gravity, center of energy. Again, smiling into your body, smiling into your experience, offering yourself kindness and compassion for your very human experience with all of its ups and downs and twists and turns. And of course, deep breathing, it cleans the blood, it strengthens the diaphragm, it encourages the flow of lymph. And so you're really, as you breathe, it's almost like you're not just taking in, nutrients from the air and releasing byproducts. You're also moving internally. You're moving internally, encouraging the flow of your chi, of your energy. You're massaging your abdominal organs. Breathing massages your heart. It calms your mind. And our breath is always with us. We could always return to it. So exciting to have such a wonderful, useful tool. Well, let's go ahead and rub the hands together. Rub your hands together. You can kind of shift yourself from side to side. We're going to interlace the fingers and massage your hands and just go wherever it feels good. Just giving your hands a nice massage. You can rub your fingers from the webbing all the way down to the nail bed. And as you do this, you're encouraging the flow of energy. You're relaxing, releasing the tissue, the fascia. And our fascia, our connective tissue that runs throughout our body, is also connected with the earth element. Connected with the earth element, as is the lymphatic system and the earth element, the present moment, the transition between seasons, the stomach, the spleen, digestion. So there's a lot of different components that you find with each element. It's a fun methodology, and there's animals involved too. Each element kind of invokes different animals, and just getting that nice warmth on your hands. And we're going to give ourselves some pats on the body too to just keep the flow of energy going up and down one arm. And do it a few times. Take your time. Patting all the way up to your shoulder and turning your arm, patting down your arm. And when we do this, it's like a self massage. I used to work, and I still do. I teach classes at the Pittsburgh Center for Complementary Health and Healing on Wednesday night. On Wednesday nights, I teach some really small in-person classes there. And but I used to get a lot of massage when I worked there a few years back, and then I come to the other arm. And you always feel so good after a massage. But I noticed that I always feel so good after Qigong practice or after yoga, after just any type of movement where we're bringing this embodiment coming into your body and a feeling, noticing. I love to potement, giving yourself some pats. Great way, great self massage practice. Just like your breath massaging you internally as well. You're gonna pat from one armpit down to the hip and back up a couple times. Large lymph nodes in the armpits, in the breast area, abdomen, and down into the hip flexor and pelvis as well. So just encouraging that flow of lymph. I'll do the other side. Very practical stuff. Very practical stuff. And you sigh. And then coming back to center. Let's take loose fists and we're going to pummel the dantian. So you're pummeling and you can do this. It's sort of like you have a drum, like your dantian is a drum, so you can sort of drum from one side to the other side. Let your belly relax. Stimulating digestion coming up around more of the navel area. You want to be able to digest all of the different experiences that come your way. And again, it could be eating the foods that you are familiar with, or maybe you're doing something completely different than you usually do on a Thanksgiving. And maybe you're interacting with different people and you have to digest conversations and ideas, and so that's something about the holidays that's really important to remember, that we're not just taking in different foods or cookies and cakes and sugar and stuff of that nature. We're also interacting in different ways with people, and we have to be able to digest those interactions even if they're quite pleasant. Coming up to the solar plexus area. Ooh, really gentle there, this kind of area at the base of your sternum. Taking a deep breath, your decision making center, your kind of personality, our the solar plexus is our I choose, I move in this direction, I move in this direction. We can think about our spine right behind the solar plexus area is where the thoracic spine is able to start to turn and things of that nature. We're going to come up to under the collarbones and tap under your collarbones. Another thing that happens is, since we're interacting with so many people, sometimes you can get colds or different ailments, and we want to keep our lungs and our wei qi nice and strong. We worked with our wei qi last week, and so a way to do that is Brahmari bee breath. And as you tap, you can kind of hum like a bee on your exhalation. Allow it to be a nice long exhalation, so you can inhale through your nose and then and then let's just brush off the legs. Just brushing your legs, kind of brushing down like you just, we're working in the yard. You need to just brush off some of the dirt up and down the legs a few times. We want to also strengthen ourselves. We're strengthening ourselves from the inside. We're strengthening ourselves from the outside, our interface, that Wei Chi. I'm going to take two fingers, sword fingers, and come to the arm and go down to your fingertips. And do the same thing on the inside of the arm. And this is a practice, it's also known as Kenyoku, dry bathing. And we're just clearing our energetic body as well. We're going to do the other side. You kind of take two fingers, so it's sword fingers, and you're cutting away um, just any little energetic ties, anything that's kind of stuck on you. I'm going to do the same thing from one shoulder down to the hip, kind of clearing in the shape of an X across your body. So you're just getting yourself all nice and cleared and cleaned and strengthened and ready for whatever the holiday brings you. It's good to do anytime. Very nice. And now we're going to bring our hands up to our chest, and you can fold forward as much as you like, and kind of you can just even you can just kind of let your body just and kind of like you're coughing up phlegm. And so you're all cleared out, and now we're going to get stuff off of the back of our body. And a way to do that is to lift the heels and tamp. You can kind of tamp and just shrug your shoulders back, and this is dragon back. You could do it with your hands up too. You can kind of flick your hands behind you, and like anything that's on your shoulders, anything that's on your back, it just flings off. And now you're all nice and energetically cleared and strong from the inside. And bring your hands back to your belly. Notice your breath and visualize just this beautiful bubble of sort of golden light. It originates deep within you and expands out into your Wei Qi, into your interface with the world around you. It extends. And so every interaction you have will be affected in a positive way by this beautiful kind of golden light shining from you. Being present with others and shining your light out towards them, meeting them from a place of healing rather than a place of illness or a place of sadness, or whatever other people are going through. If we meet them from a place of healing, we help them to heal. They then move in that direction as well. Oh, taking a deep breath in and letting it go, and you're so nice and shiny. So let's play with some animal movement. Big bear. I love big bear. Opening up and rounding. Opening. Oh, such a great movement in the spine. And big bear is an earth element animal. Big bear understands the changes in the season and rolls with them, very much being present. Feeling the stretch through your spine and behind your heart, and then in the front of your heart as well. Getting that nice big bear stretch. Then let your arms extend. Make yourself big. You can give yourself a bear hug, wrapping your arms around you, giving yourself that nice big bear squeeze. We'll open back up and give yourself another big bear squeeze. Open back up and let your arms come down. I'm going to roll the shoulders a few times up to your ears and back down. And then let's smooth things out by cloud walking. Shift your weight from one leg to the other, lifting your heel and maybe lifting your whole foot. Seeing if you can throw No. There are many different movements in a Qigong practice, many different styles of Qigong. But when we can just bring our awareness to how we feel in this present moment, to the sensations around us, to the Dantian area, we encourage the flow of qi, the balancing of our brain and our body. And come back to center. Let one hand be on top and the other hand on the bottom. Relax your shoulders and constant bear, turning in one direction, roll the ball and come back to center to the other side. And constant bear holds the world between her paws, and she makes her way from one side to the other, balancing yin and yang. And we talked about yin and yang, about the uh, yin, the more inward, the cooling phase, where we're making our way towards the longest night of the year. Very yinward here in the northern hemisphere, anyway. Yang is warming. It's kind of more from spring to summer. But it doesn't matter where we are in the season, we can always bring ourselves back to the present moment so that we can roll with the changes a little more easily. And that's what Constant Bear teaches us. And on top of the head of Constant Bear, there is Looking Owl. Looking Owl, looking out into the direction that Constant Bear turns. Owls can be an earthy kind of animal as well. Even though they're birds, a lot of birds, they really embrace and embody the present moment also. One more time, coming through center as Constant Bear with Looking Owl atop your head. Just worried, only concerned with what's right there in front. Come back to center. And now bring your palms to face each other. One hand presses up and the other hand presses down, separating heaven and earth. And back to center. Separating heaven and earth. Finding a nice stretch, maybe. Coming back to center. Let's smooth things out by cloud walking again, shifting your weight from side to side. And another bird that is a good earth element animal is our friend the turkey, very Thanksgiving-y. Step one foot out in front, and you kind of bend into your front knee and then bend into your back leg a little bit if that works for you. And we're going to open up the arms and then come back down. So this can be goose spreads its wings, but it can also be turkey spreads its wings. And you're pulling forward, spreading your wings and coming back. Turkey spreads its wings. Beautiful, colorful turkey. They'll gobble back at you. Moving slow as you spread your big turkey wings. And then come back to center, and we're going to switch sides. So stepping the other foot forward as you kind of shift front and back so that you can be a big turkey, spreading your wings. Back and forth, opening up. This is we're moving when we bend into the knees and kind of shift from one leg to the other. That stimulates the meridians, the channels of energy on the lower body. Move from the center of the body to the extremities, and the lower meridians are going to be that of the earth element, the water element, and the wood element. And then we're also opening up our arms, stimulating the fire element and the metal element. Meridian. The full body meridian massage. One more time. Big old turkey coming back to center, and just take things out. Now we're going to invoke the tiger next, and you can bring your arms to cross at your chest, and then you turn your claws out, and you have tiger claws, and they reach out, and again you can cross them at your chest and reach out, being this beautiful tiger. Felines are associated often with the metal element, sensitivity to the ephemeral, sensitivity to all emotions. Being able to kind of release and process grief and disappointment that comes our way. And it's kind of like also, think of it as the tiger when the cats, felines are like this. They'll, something will happen that'll embarrass them or upset them, and they'll just give themselves a quick cleaning, and then they're fine. And it's kind of like how we did with our Kenyoku, with our dry bathing at the beginning of our practice. So you can always kind of just give yourself, if something irritates you and your fur is sort of standing on edge, you can give yourself a brush off. You can find this tiger movement so that you can process the emotion. It's not that you shouldn't feel it. You should absolutely feel it and validate it, then process it and let it go. Don't need to hold on to it. And of course, as you can imagine, different animals can be associated with different elements, but the same animal can be associated with different elements also. And I find that all the time. But this is a great metal element movement because you're opening your arms, you're opening the chest, you're kind of letting go, almost like you're parting the clouds as well. And you're breathing. Let your arms come down. Bring your hands back to your dantian, re-grounding, re-rooting. Notice your breath. Breathe into the palms of your hands. And breathe into the bottoms of your feet. Let your shoulders soften. Let your jaw relax. We're going to play with the deer. There are a couple different deer frolics that are kind of fun. The deer, a water element animal. You're going to bring your feet together, and you're going to bring your hands into little deer hooves, your little deer hooves. You're going to step out to the side, and then you turn into antlers. Your antlers point down, and then they reach up to the side and come back to center, and you step in. This is a little complex, but you'll get the hang of it. Stepping out, antlers come down and kind of reach them out to the side. Maybe they come up overhead. That's fine too. I'm just starting slow, like a ride at Kennywood, I just don't want the pirate ship. Kennywood, you don't want it to just automatically start to put you into big circles. Oh, your little deer antlers and little deer hooves, and maybe reach up and come back down. And it's a fun one too. Deer. The water element, our DNA, our genetics, our creativity, also fear, processing fear, and something that happens as you're doing this movement, you're massaging your kidneys as well, because you're sort of leaning maybe one direction and the other, and you're stepping, and stepping is stimulating the meridians in the legs, so the kidneys, the urinary bladder, and making your way side to side with your deer. Then it's like you're at a concert and you're swinging your arms around. And I know it's just kind of fun to be a little deer. Isn't it funny? It's just such a funny movement. And again, like it feels, once you get the hang of it, we'll stop doing it. It's fun to be a nice strong deer, especially in Forest Hills. They're very lucky. A deer frolic, animal frolics. We'll come back to center. So, like I said, once you get the hang of it, we stop doing it. Shake out your legs, shake out your feet. But the next time we do it, you'll be like, "Yeah, the deer, that one was interesting." Just give yourself a little bounce. Let any tension just sort of slough off your body. So, we've been playing with animals. We played with some earth element, the bear, several different bearish movements, and played with our tiger, and played a little bit with our deer as well. And now we'll come back to center. Bring your hands back to the dantian, taking a nice deep breath in and letting it go. And I'd like to play with the dragon for our water element. Now, your feet can be about hip width distance, or maybe they're further. Your palms come to heart center. So your palms come to heart center, and let your shoulders relax. And dragon embodies wisdom and generosity. This is the dragon of the east, not the greedy dragon of the west. This is the eastern dragon with its ultimate wisdom and generosity. It kind of has a long body. Sometimes it has the head of a lion and kind of the tail of a fish, and so you can start to sway from side to side. You can just sort of start to sway and let your body sort of sway, and then maybe your hips go one direction and your hands go the other direction as you start to embody the swimming dragon. The wood element, kindness, generosity, intelligence, moving in the direction of your purpose. And so we'll be doing swimming dragon for a little bit of time, and so you can really play with it. Maybe your arms start to come up a little as your hips sway from side to side. Your hands could kind of point in front of you, which is fun too, as you shift from side to side. You can point your fingers down. You're just swaying, and you're this beautiful, graceful, generous, kind dragon, swimming through any body of water if you like. From water, from that water element and our ability to gestate and to kind of rest a little, and our creativity, we're able to move from there in the direction of wood, of young energy rising. And so your dragon sort of embodies that a creative energy. You might even soften your gaze and just visualize the color of your dragon. What color are your scales? Maybe they shimmer in the sunlight as you make your way towards the surface of the water. Maybe you dive down into the depths of the water and back up, and you're just being intuitive and moving, and you feel the coolness of the water, of the depths of the water, and then the sunshine sparkles on your scales as you come up, and maybe you dive back down underwater, and you're just this really wonderful, beautiful swimming dragon, embodying flexibility, able to move gracefully through different situations, and embodying that kindness and generosity. Moving with purpose. Love the swimming dragon. It's one of my favorites because it's so playful. Oh, you can just let yourself fold forward a little, or leap up into the sky. Maybe your swimming dragon just takes flight, and it's in the air, and now you're swimming through the air, swimming across mountains and desert. Just really free of the confines, because that's sort of when we can feel balanced in our wood element. We can feel more flexible, less rigid, more able to grow in the direction of our enjoyment of our possibilities. And we're going to take our time coming back towards center. So just bringing your swimming dragon slowly back to center. And when you get there, you can keep your palms together and let your thumb knuckles come to rest on your sternum. Let your shoulders relax and your eyes soften. And Breathe into the space between the palms of your hands. Notice how you feel. Now let's bring our hands back to the Dantian, breathing downwards into your belly. Well, the fire element embodies several different animals. We'll play with the phoenix and we'll play with the monkey. And the phoenix, I like to have the hands kind of like you're holding these beautiful ribbons. You're holding these brightly colored ribbons. You're going to shift your weight to one leg and your knee comes in and you step. So you have these steps that are very balanced, um, balance practicing steps. And it's a joyful dance. So it's this joyful dance. And you also have these beautiful ribbons in your hands. So it's another very imaginative animal, the phoenix kind of rising from the ashes, very much a fire element animal. Your ribbons can be maybe a golden red. That's a fire element color. Go figure. And you're expressing your purpose and your joy and your enthusiasm from your heart. So our hands are very connected to the heart and the fire element, our ability to communicate with others and kind of share that joy, to release hastiness, release any sensation of being rushed, and embrace moving in the direction of our purpose. When we do that through wood, fire is that kind of freeing this red bird from the cage, just living your joy, which we always want to do. But we have to remember that in order to really nurture and nourish that characteristic, that fire, we have to cycle still. We have to let go. We're constantly changing. Our joy changes. The things that bring us joy change. Coming back to center and let your hands go. Just sort of move your wrists. You might flick your wrists, flick your feet. We're going to bring the feet together and we're going to be a little monkey. And you're a little monkey grabbing a piece of fruit. And what you're going to do, it rises quickly up towards the heart. So you bring the fruit up to the up to the heart and up to your face, and you kind of look in both directions, and then you set the fruit back down. So you grab the fruit, it's really quick and silly, and you look from side to side, and then you bring the fruit back down. Now, if it works for you, as you bring it up, you come up onto the ball of your foot, or you lift your heels, look from side to side with your eyes, and then sink your heels back down. So just play around with this and sink your heels. And it's an energizing movement. Monkey is very playful, joyful, enthusiastic. And you sort of notice as you do this because it's funny and silly. And then you start to feel more lighthearted, maybe. And it's just silly. You're looking from side to side, and you're releasing your hands. And this is great to exercise your eyes as well. And then lower and just shake things out. Bring your hands back to your dantian. Actually, bring one hand to your heart. Let the other hand rest on your dantian and just sort of notice. We've cycled through the elements through little animal representations. Breathing, sensing, knowing that we're part of a constant change, that's just what life is. There's constant change, and our goal is to function as optimally through the changes, to feel as grounded in the present moment as possible so that we can respond thoughtfully, making decisions that encourage that growth, encourage our own personal growth and our transformation, to be willing to let go of things that don't work for us anymore. And I feel like that's been a big experience for me, especially in the, when it comes to holidays and comes to traditions. And sometimes they don't serve us anymore. We can feel it inside of ourselves, and we have to be honest about how we feel if something's no longer serving us, and especially to let it go, to process, release, let it go, gestate, and then move in more of a flexible direction towards our joy, whatever that is, however that presents itself. Relaxing your jaw, taking a deep breath in, and letting it go. We're gonna wash the barrels next. Let your palms face your body, and let your arms come up and back down. And we've been doing all of this, this whole little animal set, and so now we're all of the chi, all of the um, kind of movement and release and processing. We're just rinsing off anything that has come up that's ready to be let go, and sort of rinsing ourselves. You can envision cool, clear water making its way from the bottoms of your feet through your legs to your pelvis, abdomen, and chest, your shoulders, neck, and face. And that beautiful rinsing away. Let your hands come down, palms face up, feet root into the earth. And we're going to bring down the heavens, reaching up and kind of drawing in everything that is helpful and useful to you, and digesting, transforming, releasing anything that simply do not need. Your hands come to your dantian, and we're going to conclude our practice today with the meditation. So I'd like for you to allow yourself to get comfortable. You might find a seat, or if you have a place to lie down, go ahead and lie down. If you have a blanket to cover up with, cover up. Just get yourself as comfortable as possible. So take the next few moments to just get yourself nice and comfortable. I always like to lie down. I think that feels nice, but seated is great as long as you have a little support behind you, and you're able to maybe let your hands, if you're lying down, maybe let your hands rest on your body, or if you're in a chair, you can let your hands rest in your lap, and just allow your eyes to soften, to close. Let your jaw relax. Allow your body to soften, your shoulders soften, and your arms, your wrists and hands soften. Your chest and abdomen soften. Your pelvis and hips. Your legs and feet, your ankles and toes all soften, and you are supported by the earth. Your jaw relaxes and your tongue releases into its natural resting place in your mouth. And the space behind your eyelids softens, so your eyes really sink back into the fatty pillows that connect them to your brain. Your spine softens from your sacrum and tailbone all the way up to where you connect with your skull. Your whole spine softens, your bones of your skull relax, and you're able to feel your energy flow from the crown of your head down to the tips of your toes and fingers and back up. And there's this beautiful flow of energy that moves along with your breath, moving up and back down through your open, soft body. Allowing your breath to be gentle and relaxed. There's only allowing, letting it flow softly. Now envision in your Dantian area this beautiful golden light. And with the softness of your body and the flow of energy freely throughout it, with each inhale, that light expands a little more. This beautiful, healing, golden light coming from your Dantian, expanding. And with each exhale, it condenses a little and strengthens. As you inhale, it expands and brightens, making its way through your pelvis and abdomen and hips. This beautiful golden healing light expanding from within you to your chest, your shoulders, throughout all of your internal organs. It expands into your shoulders, down your arms, into your fingertips, and from your hips, down your legs, into your toes. It expands from the base of your spine to the crown of your head, and all within, all of the capillaries, all of the structures, physical structures of your body. This beautiful healing light moving with ease, assisting you at releasing and processing anything that no longer serves you, with a sense of peace, strengthening your inner peace and your joy, strengthening all of the positive things you love about yourself. It just strengthens them and nurtures them and encourages the release of whatever no longer serves you. And this beautiful golden healing light moves with ease, as does your breath, throughout your body and into your inner being. And it extends outwards. It fills that beautiful bubble, that Wei Qi bubble, and extends into the world around you. There's no limit to this beautiful healing light. And that inner peace and joy, all of that you cultivate, it touches every other person, every other living being. It extends with ease. There's never any force, just ease and gentleness as you continue to nurture that light within you, that it reaches out and touches all others. And every time you bring awareness to your breath, you encourage that light to flow through you, continually processing, even when you're not thinking about it, always for your highest good and greatest healing. Now begin to bring awareness to your breath. And maybe sigh on an exhale. Making movements with your fingers and toes, maybe rubbing your belly or your legs, just to bring yourself gently back to your room. Bringing awareness to your eyes, and you're lying down, being very gentle, taking your time to come up, maybe even rolling to your side before you make your way to a seat. And then bringing your hands, if they're resting on your body, leave them there. You can rest as well and just offer yourself kindness and compassion, peace and love, knowing that this beautiful healing light, this golden light, this energy is always moving through you. And give yourself a smile. And I thank you so much for your practice today, friends. And I hope you have a very peaceful holiday. I know how very loved and supported you always are. Thank you, Linda and Mom and Darlene and everyone else. And I'll hit my stop